November 2nd was a huge victory for the Tea Party movement as conservatives regained control of the House of Representatives. We will be recapping this historic election, and Tea Party Patriots co-founder Jenny Beth Martin will join me today. I'm Julianne Thompson. Welcome to America Rising.
The House of Representatives.
Well, that was the historic moment on November 2nd when the GOP regained control of the House of Representatives, due largely in part to you, the American citizen, who saw the problems this country was facing and got involved in the Tea Party movement. However, Tea Party Patriots leaders like Jenny Beth Martin, Debbie Dooley, and Mark Meckler quickly pointed out after the election, this was not necessarily a victory for the GOP. This was a victory for we the people, and the momentum that began building on February 27th of 2009 during the first nationwide organized Tea Party events. On November 2nd, Tea Party Patriots held a ceremony on the west lawn of the Capitol where they planted an American flag and a Gadsden flag, which is the Don't Tread on Me emblem that has become the symbol of the Tea Party movement. The purpose of the ceremony was to symbolically reclaim our government for the American people. Joining me today to discuss the election and the future of the Tea Party movement in America is the co-founder and national coordinator of Tea Party Patriots, Jenny Beth Martin. Welcome, Jenny Beth.
Thank you for having me, Julianne.
Well, thank you for being here. Tell us a little bit about the ceremony on November 2nd. I was with you at the 9/12 March on Washington and remember very well that we were stunned at the amount of people willing to sacrifice to be there. I remember when you first looked out over that crowd and what that meant to you. So tell me what the ceremony and the election mean to you just 2 weeks ago.
It really was incredible. It was a culmination of all the work we've done over the last 19 months. And that work and the election results on November 2nd are not the end, they're just the beginning. It was great, though, to have a victory in Washington, D.C. We've had so many defeats there, especially with the final vote on the health care bill. So it was nice to be able to be there and say, this is our property, and we are here and we're taking it back.
So what is the future of the Tea Party movement? We have a lot of plans for the future of Tea Party Patriots with you at the helm, so tell us about those plans.
Well, Tea Party Patriots is a 40-year plan where we want to convince Americans and teach them about our core values, what liberty means and what the Constitution says. And we want to convince over 60% of Americans of these three things. If we do that, then they'll take that with them in their hearts and their minds to vote as they watch legislation going through and as they pay attention to who's running for office. So that's the ultimate goal. And right now, to achieve those goals, we have a lot of things, including a congressional accountability project where we're going to watch what Congress does and make sure that they stick to our core values and to the Constitution. We have a convention coming up at the end of February where we're going to bring Tea Party Patriots together from all around the country. We are working to develop that same congressional accountability program on the local and state levels so that we can continue to watch our elected officials at all levels of government.
Well, a big thing on the mind of every American right now is Obamacare. It was one of the driving forces that flipped the House on November 2nd. Let's talk about the Interstate Compact and how that will affect stopping this government takeover of our healthcare system.
One of the initiatives that Tea Party Patriots local coordinators just decided to take on is interstate compacts, where we can, at the state level, begin to dismantle the government takeover of our health care and bring it back into state and local control. And right now we have over 30 states that are stepping up and they're going to begin working on interstate compacts, teaching their fellow citizens about it and working to get the legislation through their state legislatures and ultimately signed by their governors.
Well, Jenny Beth, after this historic election, it was only natural that Tea Party Patriots would have an orientation for its local leaders as well as freshman incoming members of Congress. Can you tell us a little bit about that orientation and the success that you had over this past weekend?
It was really great. We had nearly 200 local coordinators from around the country who attended. We had somewhere in the neighborhood of 20 to 30 congressmen-elect who attended, and General Ed Meese spoke and was the keynote speaker, talking about the relevance of the Constitution and asking these congressmen-elect to keep that in mind. We had Mike George speak from Strong America Now, talking about ways to lean government and reduce the size of the government. And it was really just an incredible event, very positive and affirming. We lifted the congressman-elect up and let them know that if they stand with us shoulder to shoulder in this fight, we're going to stand with them shoulder to shoulder.
Well, Jenny Beth, it sounds like Tea Party Patriots has a lot of plans, and you're not going anywhere.
No, we're not. We're here, and we're here to stay. Right before the elections, I was in over 20 states in about 12 days. People around this country, they are committed to our core values of fiscal responsibility, constitutionally limited government, and free markets, and they want to do everything they can to restore those to our government at all levels.
Well, thank you so much, Jenny Beth. That about wraps up our show for today. Join us next week when we'll be discussing illegal immigration with our special guest, National Spokesman of Americans for Immigration Control, Phil Kent. Remember that you, the American citizen, are the heart and soul of the Tea Party movement. I'm Julianne Thompson. Thank you for joining us.